Hi, I'm Cash, and welcome to Cash Talks Football, where I break down all the goals scored in the Premier League. And today we're doing Manchester United against Tottenham, and there's a couple of coaching points I'm going to make today. I'm going to actually show you that Ten Hag doesn't have a clue what he's doing, and you're going to see the players in real time doing this. And that's basically when we're talking about doing corners and set plays. You're going to see how bad these Manchester United players actually are. So I expected United to actually win this game, and the reason why is because the two systems don't mash. So Tottenham like to play with a really high line, and United have got pace to exploit that high line, and they've got ball players in Ratface who can put a ball in behind, and Rashford and company can run on and finish basically, because Tottenham just play the way Tottenham do. You can see that straight away in this first goal happened almost instantly as the game started. Tottenham kind of got caught out. This little wee man here leaves a gap in behind for Rashford, but here's the thing: Rashford doesn't run on and score this goal. Even though he is out of position, he still gets back, he still covers, and he still gets, does his job, but not quite good enough, as you're going to see. As we move this forward, Bosch, in the ball goes. Now, you see, this is where Rashford's not very good. If this was like Son or a decent striker, like even, Saka for Arsenal, he's taking a touch, putting that in front of him, and smashing that into the goal. The first touch is putting him towards the 18-yard line. Right, that's where he's going. His first touch isn't bouncing up here, it's going over here. So he can run on, maybe have another touch, beat the keeper and slot it home here and use his advantage that he has, which is his pace. That isn't really the case. So when this ball sort of bubbles and bounces, do you see, look, it ends up taking him wide because his first touch is so bad. And this gives the defender all the time he needs to get back in. And everyone's, will think, oh yeah, but Rashford's doing well. No, you can't do this. You're playing for Man United. You're in the Premier League. You can't be having a bad touch that's taking you wide. It's a great pass into him. All he has to do is use the outside of his right foot and guide it into the space and carry on and finish the ball. And he doesn't. He pulls himself wide right now. Now he's doing what he always does, and this is just terrible. He slows the ball down. Well, he just had all the pace in the world to go and beat this player. He's let this guy get all the way back. He had a 4 yards head start on him. The guy's caught back up and then got into position because his first touch is terrible. Like, it's not a good, point to be in, even though they get a goal from it. This is why Rashford doesn't score any of the, goals week in, week out, because that killer instinct and that quality just isn't there. He's a mid-table player at best, not a Man United player. So now he's faced this player up. So we're all expecting him to cut in on his right foot and have a go at the goal. Let's see what he does. Cuts in on his right foot, goes to shoot at the goal. What a shock. Everybody's seen him play. Everybody knows that's what he's doing. So now the covering defender comes over and shuts down this gap. Bosch, look, you can see, comes in, covers up. He's expecting the shot. He's put his hands behind his back. And now there's a bit of a calamity of errors here because they're all getting each other's way. If Rashford had played this back heel, I would have given him credit, but he hasn't. The Tottenham player is actually playing this ball, trying to clear it, and it drops to Højlund. Now, this guy's not very good. I think he scored 1 goal in the Premier League at 20 years of age. And everyone's like, oh, yeah, but he's only 20, Cash. Don't give him a hard time. I don't care. You're playing every single game for Man United. You need to be scoring goals. And I'm not talking 20 goals. I'm talking 5. Let's just have 5 goals. We're halfway through the season. How about just 5 goals? We'd be happy with that. Puts his little foot on it, but he does fire a rocket into the top corner, and you're not saving that with 100 keepers. It's a really good strike. But it isn't a created goal. And this is very important, what people need to understand. If you're creating chances and you're creating certain things, you're going to keep getting goals. This is just a lucky goal because there's a couple of mistakes that seems to happen. And there's no sort of style of play from United or consistency from them. That's why they're struggling so bad. And you have to also understand this. I need to probably do a whole coaching course on this. Well, I do, but that's in real people, not on the internet. About how you develop a team. And the results aren't important as much as the way that you play the game. Because one thing, football wins. If you keep playing good football, you'll end up winning. If you're just all over the place, you're always going to be all over the place. And that's where United are. They're just all over the place. You need to consistently get a little bit better in your system of play week in, week out. And if you lose, but your system of play is there. If you're losing and your system of play is getting better and everything is coming together, you don't mind. But if you're losing and drawing games, just scraping results together, and there is no system of play, you're not going to be a good team. And that's exactly what United are, not a good team. Let's get on to the next goal. So this is the first point I'm going to show you, and show you how United don't have a clue what they're doing and it's their coaching staff, not necessarily the players, because the players are told to do this. Or when you watch this guy here. Now, I always yell about being on the post and defending, players need to be defending on the post. Now, this guy needs to be defending on the post. Why? Okay, so he needs to be there. Remember, that's his starting position. Okay, watch what ends up happening here from this corner, because it's important. Because this happens, I'll show you another couple of examples of this in a minute. Watch what happens. Bosch goes in, bomb, and he ends up running back onto the line to defend the corner. Okay, Cashball, well, why is that important? Well, because it's your starting position. He's running back towards his goal, so his momentum is carrying him towards the goal, so he can't really get a good purchase on the header. He can't attack the ball. If he's back on the line where I'd want him to start, right, if he's here and he's defending the line, standing here defending the line, when that ball comes in, he's attacking it and getting rid of it. He's not running backwards. If you're running backwards, that's where your momentum is. You're going backwards towards your own goal. You can't defend the ball properly. Right? If that header is if it's a decent header, the only defence you could possibly do is maybe try to flick it up over the bar because you're running backwards. The point of defending the post is standing here so you can run forwards and attack outwards. They don't get that. They're running backwards to defend it. It's awful. Look, running backwards there. There's no power on that. That ball's not getting away. Look, they can still just they can't get the ball out of the box from that header. So it's not a powerful header. You just need to be in the right place to defend the ball at the beginning of the corner, not trying to backpedal backwards. And the reason I'm muddling my words is because this is happening again in a minute, and I'm going to show you that clip. But before I do, I'm going to show you the goal, and you can see the exact same thing happen again on this back post. Instead of standing marking on the post so they can come forward and clear the ball, he's running back. And by the time he goes back onto the line, the ball's into the goal. Watch this happen. Goes up, dosh. Do you see him run back onto the line? We'll just do that one more time so you can see that. There he is. He's out here, so his position is wrong. Oh, yeah, but I'm marking the player. I don't care, because if you're here, when that cross comes in, if the ball gets anywhere near him, you can run out and attack the player there because the player's inside the 6-yard box. Great. He's not. Look at him. He's running back. Gets there on the line. And what's the point of him being on the line? Because his momentum is going the wrong way. He can't react to the ball because his reaction is running back to the line, not coming from the line moving forward. Bosh. Ball's in the back of the net. Absolutely terrible. Could the keeper have come for that ball as well, that close? Yeah, probably. The keeper's at fault there as well. But you can see this consistently from the United defenders here, that they're trained to do this. Start out marking the player, then run back onto the line. When it's completely the other way, you start on the line and then you come forward to the player. They don't understand it. The coaching staff don't understand it. They almost got scored on a minute ago. Now they got punished for it, and they just don't understand this. We're going to show you more. Before we get onto that, we're going to show you the next goal here with old Rashford's out wide. Now, of course, you're expecting him to run in and try and have a shot at goal. Everybody is, because that's all he does, other than lose the football or run the ball out of bounds for a goal kick. He's good at that as well. So let's just watch what he does. The first time in history, is Rashford going to pass the football and actually make a pass? Yes, he is. And this is what gets a goal. If he did more of this and changed up his play a little bit, it'd be 100 times better football player. You know, trusted his teammates to give them the ball and get the ball back. But he doesn't. So when he gets the ball here, he's going for the shot, but you can see immediately he's blocked off. Both players know exactly what he's going to do. So for once, instead of just smashing the ball at the players, which is what he'd normally do, he actually goes and finds someone's feet. Perfect. Is the issue with Tottenham, though? Look at how many people have bunched around Rashford because they just immediately assume he's going to shoot. The marking here isn't high enough, so he gets a simple pass. He gets 2 touches in the box, and there's no challenge on him. Domp, and he knocks it back out. And this is quality from Rashford because he actually just passes the ball in the goal. Doesn't try to blast it. This is what quality finishing is. This is how you finish the goal, and he just rolls it into the corner and gets himself a goal. Good job. Let's get on to the next bit I want to show you. Again, this is terrible defending. Look at what I'm going to show you. Look what I'm going to point out. You can see that this is terrible coaching. You've got 2 players out here. Where would Cash have one? Right there on the post. You wouldn't need him because the goalkeeper's got the front post. Your player's got the back post. If you are doing this tactic, you cannot have these players starting out here. Watch them both run back. Right off. Watch them do it. Watch them. Both run back. Behind the line in this case, and one is on the line. What are you doing? This is just, I mean, I cannot explain how bad this is. And it's happening on every single corner. I'm shocked that United don't give up a goal on every single corner because the keeper's not doing anything. He's just letting them head the ball and hit the bar. That should have been another goal. These guys aren't doing anything. They're just running back to, stand on the line. Start on the line and run forward and attack the ball. Why are you running away from the ball? It is insanely bad. And they are allowed to get away with this because this is how bad the coaching staff are at Man United. They genuinely don't have a clue what they're doing. Like, it's pathetic. Let's get on to the next goal. Just as bad as United are at defending corners, the other thing that they're terrible at doing is paying any attention to people running in the midfield. So now we're looking at this counter-attack, this transition, not counter-attack. Yeah, come on, Cash. Shut up. Right, so we're looking at the Man United midfielders here. Defensive midfielder. And by the way, Bruno Fernandes is not a centre midfielder. I'm sick and tired of people trying to tell me he's a centre midfielder. He's not. Playing a couple of Hollywood passes and getting some assists and having a great strike and a good free kick does not make you a midfielder. What makes you a midfielder is running back and tracking your player here. Right now, you're just a lazy forward. So let's see how many of these United players come back and help, right? Let's just have a little watch as this ball moves forward here. Bosh, bosh, bosh. Here we go. This guy starts to make a curved run. Can you see him? Off he goes. He's making a curved run right in front of Fernandes right here. He's making a curved run over here. So as this space opens up, he's going to be in a position to receive the ball here. He doesn't move, doesn't recognise it, or, which I really think it is, doesn't really care. So as this moves forward here, Bosh, let's watch. He just jogs back. He's jogging back over here. This guy's completely and utterly free. He's come straight across Bruno Fernandes. Doesn't care. Couldn't care less. Now, what everyone's going to do is go, oh, it's Christian Eriksen because his closest player to Christian Eriksen, and Christian Eriksen should have done the run. No, he shouldn't have. Bruno Fernandes should have done the run, should have covered the player. He's just run in front of him, completely cut in front of him, didn't bother to track him, and all of a sudden, he's completely free. Guess what happens next, boys and girls? He gets the ball, he's inside the box, and then he smashes it into the goal. All because Fernandes doesn't track the runner. And everyone will blame Eriksen because he's the one closest to it, and they didn't watch the whole play develop, and they really don't know what they're talking about. And he smashes the ball into the net box, and there we go. It's that simple. Yeah, United can't defend corners, and if you really, their midfield just doesn't bother to come back and track runners at all. So there we go. We'll see you next time on Cash Talks Football.